SmallRig asked me to make a video on their new light, and by the time you're watching this, it should be available to order. Now, I've been using this in my production shoots, and I gotta say, it's pretty lit. Let's talk about it. We are at a point now where there are so many companies making so many products that it's hard to tell if there's actually something innovative out there and not just another run-of-the-mill product. First of all, its size. And I don't think you realize how tiny this is, but this fits in the palm of my hand. But it's not just its small footprint that's great, it's also wireless, and this truly opens up filmmaking anywhere. Now, to show off how versatile this light is, I took my smallest light stand on a shoot where we were filming in an alleyway with no access to power.
This is actually a cheetah stand. This thing, you could just literally like set it up. Look at this, it collapses. So as soon as you set it down, look at that, boom. So now I'll just grab my SmallRig light. Done. I'm just gonna attach this to the light. That way I can have some tilt. What I really love about this light is the fact that I don't have to connect any power. Everything's built in. I wanted to see how this works, so I actually took it apart, and it uses like those older style Tesla batteries. And I could just angle it down, tilt it down, turn it on striking, so be careful, it's gonna be kind of bright. I don't even know if I'm at 100, but look at that, 4,000, look at the difference it makes. And this is not even at 100%. Let me actually bump it to 100%. Look at this, look how bright this light is. This is at 4,000 Kelvin. So I'm gonna go ahead and just switch it on and off so you guys can see the difference. So this is off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on right now so you guys can see the difference, like night and day. How beautiful this looks, and it looks very natural, which is what I like. So right now it looks like that sun is hitting her hair. We've got this nice separation from her in the background. And now if we turn that off, it just feels dull and boring and not so attractive. And look, I could like literally break this down. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. So if I wanna take this now, I'm done. I can just like literally just take this. Remember, it's all battery, internal battery. So once I take this off, look at this. I just loosen this up, pull this out, bring this with me, and I'm gone. Next scene, let's go.
Now you may think to yourself that size matters, and it must be losing some form of functionality to make up for its size. So what's great about this little light is that it's also bicolor. So right now I have it set to 6,500 Kelvin, and I can also go down to as little as 2,700 Kelvin if I want that tungsten look. Now this also comes with 8 built-in effects like flickering bulb, party mode, lightning, camera shutter, fire, and pulse. Although I'm not sure how I would use this. Maybe if I was in trouble, I would use this as an SOS signal. Now they also make a few accessories like this reflector that actually comes included with the light. You can also buy a softbox separately that gives you a bit more options on how you can use this light.
So with the softbox, you also get this little A crate, and it works just like all the other traditional softboxes where it has this little Velcro and you just attach it around the softbox. Now I don't need it in this situation, but as you can see here, now that I have it attached, like it's just really fast, very efficient, and then I don't really need it, so I can just quickly take it off. Now this light is very small, but it's also very powerful. But one thing that's really cool is that even at 100%, you're gonna be able to run it around like about 50 minutes. And if you notice, as I turn the intensity down, it also gives you an indicator of how much time is left. So obviously if you don't run it at 100%, you could get potentially, like even right now, and I've been using it for a while already, so even at 25%, it's telling me that I have about 1.5 hours left at 25%. Now this does take USB-C, as I mentioned before, and with that being said, it will fully recharge in about 3 hours, which is kind of nice. Now, one of the things I like to do is I bought this little V-mount holder. They're like 20 bucks, but because this is USB powered, which is nice, what I like to do is I mount this here. I grab a little small Anton Bauer V-mount battery, and then I do this. And now I have this Condor Blue. This is a PD power, so it puts out 65 watts. And then from here, I just plug this in, and now look at that. I don't have to worry about power or anything like that.
Now here's some examples on how I use this light, not only indoors, but also outdoors.
This is what's great about using this. We need to use this at 100% with the V-mount battery. And This is basically what we're trying to do is emulate sunlight. So like I said, these lights are very powerful. With this, you'll see right now in frame how powerful these lights are. So we're gonna strike right now, turn this on, set this to 100. Oh yeah, I could already see inside. This thing's gonna be awesome.
So for this particular scene, I ended up using two SmallRig lights. One of them outside to emulate that window light that was coming from the sun, and then another one to act as a hair light, so more on the side as a kicker light.
So right now we're doing a scene where she's being backlit by the sun. It's obviously very harsh. I don't have a bounce board, and we're gonna try to compensate that by using this as a fill light. So let's go ahead and test that out.
Now you can see here, her face looks very dark, but as soon as I turn on the light, boom, it makes a big difference. In fact, you can pretty much use this light to film anywhere. I've actually been using it this whole entire time to film this A-roll. Let me show you.
This is my phone, and all I have it here is on that stand that I showed you guys earlier. It's like at 20%, 5200 Kelvin, bouncing off a beadboard onto this like silent grid. And yeah,
this is my A-roll setup. Now, as much as I think this light packs a punch, there are things I didn't like about it. For example, there's no app support. So oftentimes when I was using it, if I had to make any adjustments, I have to physically walk towards a light. If I had it rigged up really high, that means I'd have to bring the light down, make my adjustments, bring the light back up, then go look at frame. And then if I had to change that again, I'd have to repeat the process. That can get annoying. If there was an app where I can control it and make any changes on the fly, it is way more convenient. I'm not sure if that's something that they can add with a software update, because I'm not sure if there's like a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi chip inside to be able to do that, but no app support is kind of a bummer. Now, this next gripe isn't so much about the light itself, but the actual softbox itself. Now, I will say that this was sent to me and it looked like it had already been used and abused, almost like they had sent it to a bunch of creators to make their video. But yeah, like this thing just kind of falls apart really easily. Once you put it out, you'll see that the actual wire frame of this starts to poke out, and you could actually poke yourself. In fact, this just kind of falls apart. So it was kind of disappointing to see that, because I do like the actual softbox, this little mini softbox, the way it works, and also how quickly you just push of a button and then it just collapses. There it goes right here. And I could just store it away. I like the idea. It just feels very cheaply made. Again, I'm not sure if this was just my particular model because it was sent out. I'm not sure of the actual production model, but I just want to be transparent that this was a problem that I noticed with the softbox. Now, my last complaint, if you even want to call it that, is the fact that this uses a proprietary mount. It doesn't use the traditional Bowens, which I'm totally cool with because I'm a fan of the light. I really like it, and I'm okay being a part of their ecosystem if that means buying different modifiers. However, at the time of filming, you only have these two options. You have this reflector that comes included with the kit, and then this little mini softbox. So that means that these are my two options, as opposed to having other array of light modifiers like maybe a lantern or a projector or even a larger softbox where I can utilize. I mean, this outputs really bright light, which means that a larger softbox or other accessories could be beneficial. Now, SmallRig hasn't told me that they have any plans on releasing other type of modifiers. They could be in the works. I'm not sure, but that's something that if I'm gonna buy into this ecosystem, I at least want to know that I have a lot of other options that I can choose from. Now, all in all, this light brings in so much versatility to my productions, and the fact that it packs in so small in this little tiny case is a bonus because I can just literally leave this in my trunk and not have to worry about it, which is nice. Now, this is the RC60B from SmallRig, and if you're interested in this light and you want to support my content, please use the link below so you can add this light to your arsenal of filmmaking tools. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios. That's it. That's a wrap for this one.